Maybelline's original 24-hour Superstay Foundation was first launched back in 2009, and this is actually what the bottle looked like. When I first looked at it, I noticed that my shade wasn't available, or what I thought was my shade. They had 3 darker shades, I would say roughly around 3, and I actually had noticed that caramel was one of it, and then they had a couple below caramel. Now, when I fall into caramel in the Maybelline foundation lineup, what I need to do is still add just a tiny bit, just like a drop of, well, actually a little bit more than 1 drop of the NYX Pro Mixer in Olive. And what that will do is just adjust caramel and match up to my skin tone. Now, I don't need to do that with every Maybelline foundation. There's actually only one I do not have to do any type of mixing with. We'll get to that shortly. I picked it up at my local Marshalls. I noticed that there just was a ton of them. Just one day out of the blue, there was a ton of bottles, all different shades. And then again, I picked up caramel. Now I did pick up this bottle for the sole purpose to kind of match it up against the new, for spring 2018, Maybelline Superstay Foundation. Biggest noticeable difference at first glance, just with the packaging alone, one doesn't have a pump, so the older version, and then the new version comes with the pump. So that's a huge improvement. We just like to go boop, 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 and apply our foundation. Then I looked at the entire shade lineup that was available for the new Maybelline Superstay, and I started to go, oh, here we go again. With Maybelline, I am a perfect match. We're talking my exact skin tone in the Fit Me, which is number 340. Fit Me, which is also what I have on my face right now. This color cappuccino blends in and just looks perfect for my skin tone. It also came in their stick foundation. I think it was Fit Me as well, Shine Free, which they have discontinued that particular color within the stick foundation. But anytime Maybelline comes out with a 340 cappuccino, I know that that one is going to match me perfectly. Now I started to bug them. I bugged them on social media. I'm like, where is it? Where's 340? Or what is going to match up to cappuccino? Because I just noticed the name wasn't there. So I started to look at the names and the color names, the shade names, and they were matching up to the Fit Me. So coconut to coconut with Fit Me, spice coconut or spicy coconut, truffle, you know, they were just matching up. Now I did look at the ingredients for the old packaging versus the new, and the formula, everything to me from what I gathered looks exactly the same. There's one difference in the older version. The first, what I would say, ingredient that comes before water, I've never seen that ingredient name before. It was just a letter and a number. So I think that is something to do with stock or something internal with Maybelline. I really don't know. But other than that, everything matched up. But what I noticed is with the new foundation, the formula, the ingredients start to kind of go in different order versus the older version. Now that could indicate different percentages in the formula. Again, not really certain, but they are neck and neck, I would say, the same formula. I decided on shade number 334, which is Warm Sun. Now I noticed this isn't a name or a number that I have seen before within Maybelline's existing foundation. So I thought perhaps it would match up or be the closest to a number 340. Kind of going by the numbers, but again, the shade range. And unfortunately, it's not. I'm going to show you the swatches with Warm Sun up against Cappuccino, just so you can get an idea of what Warm Sun actually looks like against that. But also I want you to see what Warm Sun looks like up against Caramel, so you can kind of see the difference. When I look at Warm Sun, I do still consider Warm Sun to be a warmer undertone for the skin. However, it does have a lot more yellow in it versus the Cappuccino, of course, and then again with the Caramel. So Warm Sun, I see it best suited for a skin tone shade that is on, if you're looking at the dark series, series, it would be much closer to the lighter end of the spectrum, or that dark tan skin tone. Here is Warm Sun up against my existing Cappuccino 340, so you can again get an idea of what the two shades look like. Again, Warm Sun has that stronger yellow base, whereas 340 Cappuccino has more of a golden toned down paired undertone. Now I'm going to show you what Warm Sun looks like up against the caramel shade from the older formula. You can see the contrast between Warm Sun, stronger yellow undertone, versus caramel. Caramel is also a warmer undertone, but caramel kind of has that equal balance between having that yellow in it and also having that golden undertone. Again, I need to add in some olive mixer to really make caramel just kind of go bloop right down to my skin tone. Now I could have taken the old version of the Superstay, since again the formula matches, and added in my mixer, but I didn't feel that that would be an accurate review, because I have again that NYX mixer inside to make the shade adjust, and I really want to test it on its own. I want to see how this foundation is going to wear with my skin first, and then the next couple days I want to see how it is as far as with my other products that I tend to wear most. So I just didn't want to do that. As a Cappuccino 340 user, I am real sick and tired of when Maybelline comes out with a new foundation, that shade is excluded for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because the shade is not selling well globally around the world. I don't know what it is about that shade. Now I can only speak for myself as a 340 Cappuccino user. I'm not certain if any other shade within the foundation formula family, try to say that 3 times, if any of those shades are excluded. I'm just talking about 340 in general. When 340 was eliminated from the stick foundations, I just said, oh, maybe the sticks are just going to be gone altogether. And they weren't. I still see them on the shelves at every major drugstore, and it's all the shades, and it goes toffee and then one more. And I'm like, okay, why was 340 taken away? Then let's move to Fit Me. In the Fit Me lineup, the only formula that I have to, if I want to wear Cappuccino, I have to pick the matte and poreless foundation. So what I like to do is I make sure that my skin is hydrated first, and then I apply the foundation, and the finish is fine. I like it. But my point is, why is Maybelline forcing somebody with normal to dry skin pick the matte formula? Why can't I get it in the dewy formula? Well, in the dewy smooth formula, it goes toffee and then it jumps down to everything else. So they took out 340, again, for whatever reason. And it's something that I'm just noticing, and I'm getting tired of it. Then Superstay is introduced, and here we go. The names are matching up against Fit Me, and 340 is taken out. And we're really kind of left with Warm Sun, which isn't going to match me. It jumps down to coconut. Let me look on my notes because I wrote it down. Yes, there's 330 toffee, and then 334, which is Warm Sun. Then it jumps to 355 coconut, and then there's 3 more shades underneath. So again, why is Cappuccino excluded from the group? This doesn't make me feel happy. This doesn't make me feel beautiful, Maybelline. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching this half little non-review and 340 Cappuccino rant. Again, if anything you got out of it is, if you are a Cappuccino wearer, 334 Warm Sun, I don't suggest that it would work good for your skin tone. If you are using the new formula for the Superstay, and let's say you had the older version and you did some sort of a comparison, I would love to know your thoughts on how they work for you. Are they different? Are they similar? Are they transfer resistant? Are they lasting as long as it's marketed for? I would love to know your thoughts on that. Please leave comments. Let's engage. And I do thank you for stopping by and watching. Have a wonderful day or evening, everyone. Again, I do appreciate it. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.